WWE is in town. They've hit WA. Monday night, it's Raw. Saturday night, Crown Jewel. Tonight, this is the one we care about, SmackDown, because Aleister Black and Zelina Vega are in the studio with us right now. Guys, welcome to WA.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Sorry about the underwhelming entrance. I know you guys are used to pyrotechnics and your entry song.
Oh,
but
I was going to say that was great. I was like, wow, okay.
I'm actually kind of glad it went that way. It's nice to just be introduced normally.
Well, look, we're so excited to have you guys here. We were lucky enough with Elimination Chamber last year, and it just gripped the whole of Australia, not just us here in WA. So when it got announced that you guys were coming back, we were just so excited, to the point where, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but people were following your plane along before it landed in Australia. There was actually a crowd at the airport, and it was quite exciting because we're not used to that Qantas A380 landing in WA. So you guys
cool.
were probably not aware of that, but people were literally tracking your plane here.
That's so cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard of that before.
No.
But on that note, I was wondering, because obviously guys travel around the world so much, who gets pecking order on the plane? Because obviously there's only such a handful of, first class seats. Do you put a name in a hat? Like, who gets that?
No. Like it's obviously there's a ladder in the WWE, but it's also like has to do with contracts and all that stuff. But for the most part, they take good care of us. They're not going to cram us in some small seat or anything, and that's also why they have to charter very, very, very comfortable seating and stuff like that. They take good care of us in that regard. So especially one of these like incredibly long trips. I don't even think there was that much difference between the plane seating in general. I think everything was kind of similar. Like this was like a 2-story plane, which is crazy. It was like a stairs going up and down and stuff like that. And it was like an entire like bar area, and it was like a flying hotel. Almost.
Yeah.
So,
It's a way to do it.
yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
I heard a whisper as well. It's your first time to Australia for both of you. Is that true?
Correct. Yeah. I
Wow.
had many times to come here before or when I was wrestling on the independents, but it just like timing wise, it never really panned out. But then also like, because obviously the duration of the flight is difficult to combine with other bookings. And when you're an independent wrestler, like come in Australia, do 2 bookings, but then you have to go to LA to do this, or, timing wise, I could never really figure it out. But yeah, so this is our first time ever in Australia.
That's awesome. And what do you want to do while you're here other than work and obviously do all SmackDown stuff? Is there any activities that you're going to fit in?
We did see the kangaroos yesterday, but I am hoping that we get to see koalas.
The most cliche thing to do ever.
But we don't have those.
But there's truth in cliches, so there's a reason why they're cliches, but that doesn't make them negative. But we went to the island with
Harrison.
and I got to see a willy wagtail, which is one of my favorite.
Hey.
birds. I
Wow.
love those things.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that Willy Wagtail is one of their favourite
Yeah,
birds.
they're just so funny.
They
looking.
shake their butts.
They shake their tails.
I agree with
Like
it.
it's the bird that explains itself pretty much, and his name is Will. Isn't that really funny?
Yeah.
So true. Now, one unique thing about you guys is you're actually married in real life. So I imagine that you're always bringing your work home with you, and you train together. Rhea Ripley lives across the street from you guys, which I absolutely love to see because it's brought a lot of great social clips. I love your and Rhea's friendship, and obviously we love Rhea here in Australia. But is there like kind of like a ban on wrestling talk in your household, like
No.
after 8 o'clock, or is there just it's always a thing?
So I think in order to be successful in any discipline, you have to be completely absorbed in it. And also our school is attached to our house, or our training center is attached to our house. So we are always busy with wrestling. Sure, there's also other things that we do, but for the most part, we're very good at having the wrestling, but then also saying, all right, right now we're going to do so-and-so that has nothing to do with wrestling. We try to have not even try. We have a normal, quote unquote, normal life outside of like being professional wrestlers or working for the WB.
Our 10 cats help us with that.
Yeah.
10?
Yeah, we have 10 cats.
Yeah.
Who looks after them when you're away?
My mom's with them right now.
Oh,
so.
my God.
It's a big job.
But it's I absolutely love the wrestling business. There's nothing I would rather do in my life. And even when I would not have the ability to wrestle anymore, I'll still be involved somehow, some way. There's definitely no ban on wrestling talk.
No, usually sometimes at 3 a.m, he's like, "Hey, can I try this thing on you real quick?"
We have a ring in the house with our center, so like sometimes I'll get inspirations like, "Come with me right now."
Yeah,
and then come up with this technique or something like that. But no, I it's kind of gladly that we're so absorbed in wrestling because it helps a lot.
yeah.
With John Cena coming to WA as well for his retirement, I guess, tour, you'd call it, do you guys get the chance to reflect on things like that? Or is it more that you're just in the world of doing what you do that you don't really get the chance a lot of the time to look at what other wrestlers are doing within the industry?
I think that, someone as John Cena, who's meant so much to the wrestling business, obviously the care's an impact, but it doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
He's stepping away from all of this. And it's one of those things that I personally think a lot of times after the fact, you'll look back and go, wow, I was a part of that, or wow, I was, and at the same time, like John's a very down-to-earth guy. Like, when we have the barber, he usually just sits there with us and, shoots the shit and all that stuff.
Picking his brain is cool.
Picking his brain's very cool. He's a very down-to-earth human being. And obviously when he hangs it up in the next couple months, he'll be sorely missed. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Speaking of wrestlers of that level, Zelina, one thing I've loved is seeing your relationship with The Rock. And I really love your tenacity with your career. I've actually found it really inspiring. You've been doing this a long time.
Thank you.
And I feel like you're very thoughtful with your characters, with your costumes. And I love when you talk about that period of your career where you were just trying and getting nowhere. And you were kind of, I think we've all experienced that in some version of our lives, ready to give up. And it was really The Rock that came through for you.
Yeah, which is still crazy to even hear out loud. I'm like, 10-year-old me is like, that would never happen or whatever. So no, it is crazy to hear that. But it's weird because back then I remember thinking, okay, this is my 8th tryout. So it was like every year I had a tryout, and it was always, you're too small, or you're too this, you're not enough of this. And by the time I had that conversation with him, I was like, I think this is it. Like, I think I'm done. I've reached my end with this. And he's like, just give me like 3 days. I'm working on something. And then that's when he called me and said, I want you to be my Divas champion. I don't see you as, just a girl who's a part of the WWE, or just a girlfriend or whatever. He's like, you're not just the brown girl. He's like, you're the girl. So I'd like you to be my Divas champion. I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, that was the craziest call I've ever had. I think when it comes to that, it's cool to look back and say, like, there was a reason that I was put on this path. And for someone like him to step in and make sure we stayed on that path is pretty incredible.
It's pretty cool to have a mentor like that, isn't it? Aleister, have you had a mentor as well?
Terry Taylor, William Regal, Robbie Brookside, Hunter himself.
Undertaker, no big deal.
No big deal.
Undertaker is someone who obviously, he graciously took, time to sit me down and talk to me about a bunch of stuff and kind of give me his perspective on certain things. But to be honest, like, there are so many great minds, even like Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Obviously, Paul was always a big proponent of me and still is, and, will give me great feedback. And, I'm very thankful for these gentlemen to be in my corner the way that they are and believe in me the way that they do.
Yeah.
That gives you something to fight for.
But also not just males, but I also have to say, like, I always have, and I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, but like, I've had so much fun every time I've gotten in the ring with Trish Stratus. Like, that's insane to say. I remember when I first met her, I couldn't help but say, I was like, I hated you growing up, but it flew out of my mouth, and she just said, thank you so much, because that was her job, back then. Yeah. And she was just so, like, she's amazing. Every time I get in there, she's just like, she'll talk to me the whole time. She's like, all right, this is going to hurt. She'll chop me. And I'm like, oh my God, I just got chopped by Trish Stratus. That's so cool. So yeah, it's her. Or even just like, I don't think that Ray understands how much he still has such a big impact. Like, I geek out every time I see his name pop up on my phone, or I'm still next to him. I'm like, oh my God, Dominic, that's
so cool.
It's been really cool to see the evolution of women's wrestling, and I think you've been really a big part of that as well.
Thank you.
And like I mentioned before, you've been around for a long time doing this in different iterations as well. What are you excited for the future with women's wrestling? Because it seems to just be going from strength to strength.
Oh, that's such a well said thing, because to be honest, I didn't even know, even when I was the first Queen of the Ring, I didn't think that there was many firsts left at that point. So to say that I have that is insane, but I feel like they find ways to continue making first ever. So it's so cool to see it evolve. And it's just WWE is such a cool melting pot of all these beautiful cultures and people and backgrounds, obviously with, martial arts, and just there's so many different people that bring something new to the table. So I just love to see, like, even now, I'm like, I have so many other people that I can wrestle now. Like, I loved wrestling Julia. Like, she became somebody, I'm like, you're one of my favorite opponents. Like, I had so much fun wrestling her. I haven't gotten to wrestle Stephanie yet. So there's a bunch of people that I still get to look forward to working with, but maybe Rhea kind of has a top spot as favorite, blah, blah, blah.
You can get her eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah. I did beat her one time, but it's fine.
Well, Aleister and Zelina, we could literally talk to you all day. I mean, we could turn this into a podcast if we had the time, but we really, really appreciate you coming in today. And we appreciate you so much coming to WA. You don't know how much it means to the state and the country. So, guys, thank you so much.
So much. Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you for the time. This was so cool.
Good on you guys. SmackDown tonight, also Saturday Crown Jewel and Monday Raw. It's going to be massive for WA. You can catch it on Netflix. Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. Once again, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
If it matters to you,